commitment and patriotism
Ma'am,
on the
it's
part
more
of
than that. You know, it's more than that, because you could have had chaos on the streets. You could have had law and order problems. You know, unsavory characters during a blackout. Who knows? Nothing. And that's happy news. Stay with me before I open our other guests. Megha, my colleague, is standing outside. She's just attended the press briefing that has just been conducted. Megha, let's take it step by step. Primarily beginning with the fatalities that have happened on the LOC. It has now been confirmed that yes, we have suffered losses, including not only in the Gurdwara that happened 48 hours ago, but over the course of last night in two Christian schools.
Yes, that has been the confirmation that has been given by the Foreign Secretary, Vikram Misri. But before that, there were major announcements that were also made by the armed forces personnel, that were the spokesperson who came out and spoke about how Pakistan has been using its civilian aircraft that have been flying over the Pakistani airspace as shields while it attacks India. And India has had to obviously show restraint before attacking Pakistan and before annihilating the Pakistani drones and missiles and rockets that came into Indian territory. But that made the task of the Indian armed forces even more difficult, because the lives of civilians is of utmost importance, even though Pakistan does not believe so, Pakistan does not care as such. Meanwhile, as was mentioned yesterday by Foreign Secretary Misri, that yes, there have been civilians that have died. Three civilians that were from the Sikh community that were at the Gurdwara in Poonch when that fateful attack occurred that led to their death. There has been a Christian school in Poonch that has also been attacked, and that has led to casualties. Vikram Misri also went on and said that there has been a communal color that Pakistan is trying to paint and blaming India for attacking its own gurdwaras, attacking its own churches. And this is the kind of narrative that is unheard of, but something that is completely expected out of Pakistan, because this is not the first time that Pakistan has resorted to such kind of commentary to spread the kind of fake news that it does every time it collides, it clashes with India. At the same time, there have been provocative and escalatory actions that India has confirmed have happened from Pakistan's side, and there is going to be in equal measure retaliatory actions that are going to be made from India's side as well. That's the message that was shared by Vikram Misri today in the press conference.
Okay, let's look at what the spokespersons for the Army and Air Force said. Now, they have said that at least 300 to 400 attempts were made of airspace incursions all the way from Sirkik all the way up to Siachen. So, along the entire breadth of the LOC, all along the international border, some 1800 odd kilometers, that attempts have been made. Did we get any information, Megha, on any responses by India?
Yes, they said there were a number of these drones that had been intercepted. About 50 to 60 of those 300 to 400 drones that have been successfully intercepted by the Indian Armed Forces by way or by the use of the defense systems that were in place. It was also mentioned that not all of these drones were actually carrying ammunition. There were an artillery. There were drones that were also used for surveillance, for locating the defense systems and their locations within the Indian territory along the line of control, and they were also intercepted successfully and they were downed by our armed forces. Besides that, like I already mentioned, 300 and 400, and you rightly said that the press has started. It has been acknowledged, it has been confirmed that Pakistan tried to attack India right from Leh up until Gujarat at Sir Creek. And there has been one substation in Jalandhar that has come under attack from the Pakistani drone, is the information that was also shared by Colonel Qureshi when she made that statement.
Okay, on an operational matter, Megha, when do we expect further briefings to take place? Is it now going to happen tomorrow?
in all likelihood, yes, there is going to be another briefing that is going to be held by the Ministry of External Affairs and the Defense Ministry. It is important to keep misinformation, disinformation at bay, especially ones coming in from Pakistan. And there's only hope that this does not escalate further into an attack by Pakistan later tonight. But of course, we have to keep our eyes and ears open and be extremely alert. There was one more very important piece of information that was dispensed by the Defense Ministry spokesperson, Colonel Qureshi, when she said that the drones, the projectile debris that has been collected along the border areas in Punjab and in Jammu and Kashmir and even in Rajasthan and Gujarat have now been investigated, and it has been found out after inspection that these drones were manufactured by Turkey. So they were Turkey arms and ammunition that have been used by Pakistan in its attacks against India. And there was also, in the same breath, a response made by the Defense Ministry spokesperson that a retaliatory action will be taken by India at the rightful time.
Okay, so a quick question before I let you go, Megha. Now, we have detail of the operational planning. The last point was on the IMF. What does the Foreign Secretary tell us?
Yes, this point has been raised, and it's very important, keeping in mind that the IMF Executive Board meeting is going to take place today. This meeting is to review Pakistan's situation in terms of the $1.3 billion additional loan that it is seeking as a bailout from the International Monetary Fund. The Indian Executive Director of the IMF, Parameswaran Iyer, he is the one who is going to be taking forward India's cause, and he is the one who's going to put India's case and position itself in dissuading the IMF from giving that $1.3 billion bailout to Pakistan in wake of the latest terrorist attack, because it is using the funds that are to be rightfully used for improvement of infrastructure and the economic crisis that Pakistan is facing to allow for food and food security to be ensured for the civilians, for the citizens of Pakistan, and funneling it into terrorist activities, as we saw on 22nd of April, and also in the intervening night between May 8th and May 9th, when 7 of those terrorists were unsuccessfully attempted by Pakistan to enter into Indian territory. The attempt was successfully foiled. 7 of those terrorists, or every single one of them, was neutralized by India. So that is going to be India's position. India is going to push forth for more sanctions, economic sanctions, to be imposed against Pakistan. And we'll wait and watch what is the statement, what is the result that happens after the review meeting concludes.
Okay, all right, Megha. Thanks. We'll see you back in studio shortly. Let me open this up conversation. General Mathur is back with us.